Hello students, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Study Restfully. In today's video, we will answer questions from the comprehension section of the poem When Autumn Came, written by Faiz Ahmad Faiz. Number 1. Answer these questions in one or two words. 1. With what does the poet compare the yellow leaves? Answer. The poet has compared yellow leaves to hearts. Number 2. Who remains undisturbed by the single moan of protest? Answer. Anyone could remain undisturbed by the single moan of protest. 3. Who are exiled from their song in autumn? Answer. The birds that herald dreams are exiled from their song in autumn. Number 4. With whom does the poet plead for mercy? Answer. The poet pleads for mercy from the god of May. Number 5. What does the poet mean by the gift of green? Answer. With the gift of green, the poet indicates spring and its lush green nature. Next, answer these questions in a few words each. Number 1. What happens to the leaves in autumn? Answer. In autumn, leaves fall from trees automatically. Anyone walking on the road tramples the leaves scattered on the ground. Number 2. What do you understand by the expression ebony bodies naked? Answer. The expression ebony bodies naked means the withered trees in autumn. The poet has personified it with oppressed beings. Number 3. What does the poet mean by birds that herald dreams? Answer. Birds that herald dreams are those birds that sing in a melodious voice as if they are messengers of vision. They may represent other visionary poets silenced by oppression. Number 4. How does autumn affect the birds' lives? Answer. Birds become homeless in autumn. Their lush green shelters are snatched away from them. Their voices get stuck in their throat, and they die before the hunter can string the bow for the kill. 5. Why does the poet invoke god of May? Answer. The poet invokes the god of May because he brings spring. The poet attempted to make all dead things green again, to give new life to that which had dried up. Next, answer these questions in detail. Number 1. How does the poet describe the helplessness of the trees in autumn? Answer. With the arrival of autumn, the condition of the trees becomes like a dark naked body. Leaves fall down from the trees. The poet describes the rotten yellow leaves as the hearts of the trees, but now they are scattered on the ground. The leaves are waiting to be crushed by anyone passing by. The leaves do not protest in any way. Indirectly, through rotten leaves, the poet has tried to speak about the agony of the mind of every oppressed person. Number 2. How does the poet create the impression that autumn is a time of silence? Answer. The poet has depicted the silence of autumn through exiled birds. The poet feels that the birds' voices get stuck in their throats. After this, there is violent silence. Even before the hunter can string the bow, the birds fall to the ground and dies. These birds represent writers and other philosophers whose dissenting voices are suppressed by those in power. Number 3. How does the poem represent the trees as human entities? Answer. The poet represented trees as human entities through personification. The trees have become naked in their autumn form. Their yellow leaves, that is, their hearts, have been snatched away. Anyone comes and crushes them and goes away, just like people in power have been oppressing slaves. Here we don't see the leaves protesting. Number 4. Do you think that despite the dismal mood of the poem, it expresses the poet's hope for a positive change? Answer. In the poem, the poet has tried to express the mood of the suffering people from the beginning through the autumn trees and the leaves. But in the end, we see rays of hope. Seeing everything destroyed, the poet appeals to the god of May that at least one tree becomes green with life again. At least one bird finds its melody. The poet ends the poem with the hope in his mind that with the arrival of spring, everything will be as before. Number 5. Why does the poet associate god of May with the passion of resurrection? Why does he say, "Let one bird sing"? Answer. The poet appeals to the god of May in the form of spring to bring about some changes. The passion of resurrection is death, by which the destruction caused by autumn can be healed again by the greenery of spring. The poet appeals to the god of May so that at least one bird can sing. Here, the poet tries to bring some positive changes in the world on his part. Next, answer these questions in your own words. Number 1. How does the poet depict autumn through a series of images of violence? Answer. In Faiz Ahmad Faiz's poem When Autumn Came, the poet described autumn as the cause of destruction. The first among the images of violence he used to portray is the tree. While describing the trees, the poet says that the leaves are snatched from the trees. Due to this, their black stems and yellow leaves are scattered on the ground. Fallen leaves are crushed by people. Then, while talking about the birds, the poet said that their voices get stuck in their throats, due to which they are unable to sing. The birds are forced to go to other places. The poet uses the phrase birds that herald dream to suggest that the things that gave people hope have disappeared. The poet personified the trees and depicted the impact of external forces on the human body, mind, and soul through the bad condition of the trees. Trees are disempowered and stripped of their beauty, just like slaves are exploited by the powerful people. Number 2. Describe the poet's distinctive treatment of nature as reflected in the poem. Answer. The poet has depicted autumn as harsh and cruel. Trees are found naked without leaves. They are like naked bodies standing out in their humiliation. Yellow leaves have fallen from the trees and are scattered on the ground. They are then brutally crushed because their agonizing screams will not be heard. After this personification of nature, the pitiful condition of the singing birds is told. They become shelterless as messengers of dreams. It is tragic. Their voices choke in their throats. They die before the archers can kill them. This personification of the natural world carries with it a sad state of affairs where the poet attempts to soothe all that is oppressed by the tyrant autumn. Number 3. How does the poet express the poet's faith that autumn can only temporarily disturb life in the world of nature? Answer. The poet invokes the god of May for the better, hoping for positive changes. Whatever autumn has destroyed, the poet believes that spring will restore it. He wants life to be given to the nerves of the body and a clear end to violence and destruction. The poet wants a tree to get life again, a bird to get its voice again. It represents hope. The poet wants the temporary turmoil of autumn to turn back into the peace of spring. The poet hopes that things will change for the better and the oppressed will find themselves alive and vocal again. That's all for today. Let's sign off. Thank you.